Hello, how are you? I believe you are fine today. I want us to discuss about a topic today. Let's go to the book of First Corinthians, chapter 7. First Corinthians, chapter 7. First Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 20. First Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 20. Verse 20. Verse 20. First Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 20. First Corinthians chapter 7 verse 20. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. I read again. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. I want to talk about calling. I want you to know that everybody is called. Everybody is called. That is the first thing I want you to know. Whether you believe it or not, I want you to know today that you are called. You may not understand, but as we proceed in the topic, you will get me clearly that you and I, we are all called. You as a woman, you are called. You as a man, you are called. And what actually are we called to do? There are two types of calling. There are two types of calling. The natural calling and the spiritual calling. Natural call and spiritual call. Now I will first speak on natural call. I want you to know that the gift in you, the inborn gift in you, is a call. You are called to be perfect in the area that you know how to. Take, for example, a child who was born and knows how to draw. That is his own area of calling. A child who was born and knows how to sing very well. That is his own area of call. Each of us is called naturally. So I want you to understand, no matter gift, no matter area you are gifted, whichever area you are gifted, whatever you know how to do as a person, naturally, is a call, is a calling, is a calling. The very area you are gifted in, I want you to know it is a call. God actually called you in that area. So whether you believe it or not, and you need to maintain yourself in that area that you are called. So you don't need to envy anyone. Just believe that naturally you are gifted to know how to do that thing. So, and you must not, because of that, begin to show a kind of pride. You should not be proud to anyone. You should not think that you know it all more than that person, because this is a natural endowment. This is a natural gift. This is a natural call. So you are called in that particular area. You know how to sing or you know how to draw. That is an area of specialization, an area where you are called. So don't doubt it, don't disbelieve it, don't think other two did not know how to do it. but it is just a call. You are called in that area. You are so fortunate to be called at that very area. So there is no need for you to be showing some pride to others because you know how to do that very thing, because you are naturally gifted in that area. So just believe, accept it that that is your own area of call, and you don't need to doubt it at all. So the second aspect that I want us to talk on is the spiritual aspect. So, and in the spiritual aspect, we have the general call and a special call, or what I can say, personal call. Spiritual gifts, as I say, have two areas, have two types, which are the special call and the general call. The special call is the area that you are actually called into. Maybe as an evangelist, you are called to evangelize. As a pastor, you are called as a pastor, and God personally called you in that area to go in that area and do the work of God. That is the spiritual aspect. So nobody knows it very well except you that He is called. Maybe you are you are a teacher. I mean a teacher of the Bible, a teacher of the world. You know how to narrate very well, to explain the Bible very well, deeply. So that is your own area of call. Area of calling is different to others. So that one is known to be personal call or individual call. So you are called in that area and nobody else again is called. But A may be called the same way a B letter is called. So I want you to know that the two of you may be called into one area of the same area of calling. So you just have to accept it that way that two of you, group A, person A and person B, they are both called to be an evangelist. And C and D may together call to be a teacher. So everybody have a personal call before God, which is the spiritual aspect to work for God in that area. So don't be expecting it to be general. So everybody has his or her own call. And the second aspect under the spiritual call is the general call. The general call is the area that everybody is called to do the same thing. For example, go ye and preach to all nations. So that is a general call. Everybody is called to preach. Everybody is called to do the work of evangelism in that area. So you should go out and evangelize. Everybody is called to do that. So anybody can go in that regard and go and evangelize and go and tell people about why Christ came to the earth. So I want you to know that that area is general. Everybody is called to go out and preach the gospel, to go out and tell people about the knowledge of Christ, why Jesus came to this earth. So that is the general call. The general call is for everybody, while the singular call, individual call, is a particular area where a person becomes a pastor, a person become an evangelist, person become a teacher, and God will tell the person to go in that direction, to go and do the work for him. So that is the spiritual call. Once again, the spiritual call has two types: the general call and the singular call, individual call. So, then I want you to know today that the spiritual call has two types, and the natural call only have one because everybody is gifted in one area or the other, is endowed in one area or the other. So I don't want you to mix it up. And any of the calling does not make you to be better than others. It is by grace. You are you are so fortunate. You receive that grace. So and you don't need to begin to think you know it all than others. So I want you to know that calling is only God that calls. No one can call you. No one can call human being. But only God is the one that call everybody. So take it today. Understand this today that this calling it differs from one to another. We are not called the same way. We are not called the same calling. So everybody has his or her own call. It's our own calling. So stick to where you are called into and do very well in it, because there will be a judgment. There will be a time you are going to tell God what you have actually been called to do. I believe today you have understood clearly about calling. So the calling is either you are called into the natural call, or you are called into the spiritual call. So God bless you as you listen to this. Remain blessed in Jesus' name.